Who should your first hire be as a freight broker? We're going to answer this question in today's Q&A. All right, welcome back everybody. I'm Nate Cross with Freight 360. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to get the latest content from Ben and I every single week when we release our videos here on YouTube. So in today's Q&A video, we've got another question from one of our listeners. I'm gonna read it off. It's all about hiring, and then I'm gonna talk through some pros and cons of my different possible answers here. So who should my first hire be? If I'm considering hiring somebody, what angle should I be hired at? Sales, paperwork? I think by angle they mean what position or what part of the business should they be hiring for. And oftentimes freight brokers tend to think, I just need to hire sales folks because salespeople drive new business and new business means more profits for me. Now I'm gonna caution you, that's not always the right answer or the best solution for you. The number one rule of thumb that we always talk about on Freight 360 when it comes to hiring or adding to your team is that you need to make sure whoever you're adding, they need to be adding to your bottom line at least enough profit to cover what you're paying to hire them. So that's why a lot of people think, oh, I'll just hire a salesperson. But I'm gonna caution you, I personally highly recommend some sort of operational or dispatching role for your first hire. And here's why. If you're a successful freight broker and you've already got a book of business that has a ton of freight movement, you've got a good carrier network, and you're finding that you're running out of time and you can't book enough freight, you can then take more time to get more business and more freight out of your shippers if you can hire a good dispatcher or operational member of your team to handle the dispatching side, check calls, vetting carriers, things like that, the track and trace process. Those are things that don't add money necessarily directly, but by freeing up your time to allow you to secure more business and grow your customer base and get more lanes out of your existing customers, that's gonna allow you to grow your book of business. The other question here was like paperwork, right? So administrative tasks, not a bad option either. If you are a licensed broker and billing and accounting are some of the tasks that you commonly deal with, having a person in an administrative task is often a very good hire for you. Same thing with dispatching and operations. If you can free up time for yourself to do more business and broker more freight because someone else is now doing the paperwork, receiving PODs from your carriers, sending invoices to your customers, following up on payment status from your customers, sending rate confirmations, all that stuff. If they can free up more time for you and it allows you to make more money, that seat should pay for itself, okay? Now, one of the things that we always recommend at Freight 360 is to look at creative solutions for hiring. You don't have to always just hire your friend or your family member that is nearby that you can train. You can use a trusted partner like Lean Solutions Group, who Ben and I have partnered with at Freight 360 for some of our staffing and marketing needs ourselves. So check out a link in the show notes for Lean Group. It's leangroup.com. They have a nearshore model where you get experienced transportation professionals that can allow you to grow your business on a contract basis, and it's at the fraction of the price. So that leads me to my next statement is sometimes you can hire part-time for these operations roles if you only need maybe 4 hours a day of time freed up, and that's the busiest time of day when you could be making more prospecting calls or getting more freight out of your customers or bidding on freight more. You can always start with a part-time position and then grow that person to a full-time role and then add on beyond that as your business dictates. So that's my answer. There's no correct or one-size-fits-all answer here, but I would say I don't think that a salesperson is necessarily going to be the best option for you. Just think about that operations or administrative person first, and then you can always grow your sales team down the road. So again, thanks for submitting your questions. We always look forward to answering them, and we'll see you on the next one.